volunteers or people willing to enter this GC Earth, um, those who are coming in right now, especially so those children born in 21st century, you see that they are more rebellious, that they are more talkative, they are more verbal than say children from last century. According to Dolores Cannon, there were generally three waves of volunteers that come to Earth to assist the shift into a new reality. The first group incarnated around World War II, and the last group continued to incarnate as the recent real children being born. How so real? I mean, yeah, they may be upgraded, but a being should be judged not because they have some upgrade, they've been upgraded, or they are more technically smarter than the others. However, by their conscious attitude and feelings toward that thing. If they are not conscious, if they act like a AI, then they are not evolved. They may even be upgraded, but they are not evolved at all. While a shift in consciousness into a new earth has been said to be slowly happening, there might be a surprise about to unfold in the grand plan that may well cause such a radical change that you'll have no doubt that you have finally freed yourself from the control matrix. Yeah, what I see is the uh, world order, the WWO getting even more and more stronger each year. How we are about to free ourselves from this matrix when things are getting more uptight, getting more restricted, more control over. I don't get it. This surprise could be a massive fourth wave of volunteers that do not have time to incarnate, but instead will walk in en masse to an available body. Their job seems to be multifaceted to help raise the overall consciousness and frequency to the higher realms, to assist the three waves of volunteers in their personal ascension, and to become the new stewards of the planetary experience. The overall mission has always been to assist Earth in the shift to a higher vibrational frequency, which would remove the negative beings that have been using Earth humans as a food and energy source. It's important that we discuss the possibility of a large groups of walking souls in order to prepare ourselves. As I mentioned in my last article, massive walkout of souls in preparation for the shift. The video has been posted recently. The majority of the population of humans on the planet are what has been termed the NPCs, or non-player characters. I have witnessed many people in my life turn into NPCs and their souls walked out of the body. People invent a lot of things, a lot of fantasies. We need to separate the reality fantasies. Instead of having a mass number of dead bodies and a lot of upset people on the planet, apparently we have some kind of artificial intelligence program that continue to make the world spin as we do the huge soul shuffle on the planet. For men, all of this goes unnoticed, as the majority of them are the empathy vessels running programs, and they would not question their reality because they are not real. Yeah, sure, there's a lot of the android around here, and they are soulless and they have no respect towards their very mom or their young children or whoever, and they have no empathy towards those sufferings of another entity. What this means is that many souls have silently already made the shift out of here. They have gone, and then they empty their body, maybe during sleep, I'm not sure, and then other one came and walked in inside them. So that's why you see many people changing sometimes. Many have simply gone home after thousands of years of being stuck in a reincarnation hell. Some simply came in as one of the three waves of volunteers and their job was complete. Some were needed on the other side. Whatever there is, some were very positive and loving souls, but they just weren't prepared for the amount of the clean and self-work needed in order to stay in a body at this time. Mm, it's not easy. As I have mentioned many times before, everyone has a bit of a unique story as to what they are here and how they will or want to make the shift. And everyone has their story on why they sometimes act cranky or disgusted or rude or brutal. Some of their justificatives, their reasons for that are justifiable, others not so, others just an excuses. Let's think about where we found ourselves right now. In July of 2021, it has been 9 years since many of us hoped that we would experience a sudden shift to another reality on December 2012. I knew nothing gonna happen. It's just that many people will change. Like when I woke up in 22 December 2012, I asked question myself, hey, am I still alive? Or I'm dreaming all this? Or where's the catastrophe? Where? And then I felt from that date on, I felt some kind of a sensation that I was not real and that I was not alive, but I was living a dream. But maybe it was just a product of my imagination. I don't know. Sometimes we may feel kind of overwhelmed from all the hysterias, the all those information about the end of the world that um, we get all engrossed in that, and then you start imagining things. Maybe once that, but in 16 December, I still remember 16 December 2012, I had back then I have another channel that this one is my third channel about this stuff of metaphysics, and um, I have warned people already back then 2 weeks prior to 21. I have told people that nothing will really happen, that they need to relax because there will be no catastrophes, nothing. This is just hysteria, and then what would change is the mentality of certain people. People will wake up and I find out that they want the same as 2012. You understand? They will like recreate themselves. Maybe Dulce, who were more brutal, and Aperiki will turn to be more kind. Those who were meat eater will start to be vegetarians, so on and so forth. So it was a time for people to focus more on kindness here in this planet, because we are living a parallel reality with many layers of timeline, and some people are doing the good work and others are doing the dirty work. Okay, they are doing the dirty work, the evil work. But some are campaigning against brutality, against abuse against animals, children, women, etc. Am I right? So you have a duality, a multi-facets of duality in this earth, where some people work for a better earth, and others are still just accommodated and conceptualizing with all the nonsense that we see around us. So we see this division. However, many people after 2012 start to think differently, and they get revolted, and they start to fight back against the things that they saw as not fair, not just, not okay. Understand? But right now, some have given up, some have taken a rest, or some have given up altogether. Some just gave up the fight, and others just take a break to return again to the same movement against brutalities and many things that is not good for a better world, if we want a better world. But in here, I mean, the duality here is rampant, is rampant. We cannot change the world overnight, but it's a shame that don't even try. Okay, it's not a matter whether you're gonna change it or not. Now I'm reading the mind of some people. It's not a question on whether you will or not change the world, but on whether you will or not try at least. Many fantasized about waking up on our star family ship. Oh no, please, our home planet. That time was not for dream all this nonsense of fairy tale, Alice in Wonderland, but to have another shift, another paradigm of thinking, not for this nonsense of ufology. Go home, family ship. What family ship? Family ship are all in your head, all in your mind. There's no such thing as families in here. Many of our ancestors are there in spiritual form in Agartha, in the hollow earth. Most of our ancestors are there in Agartha, in a light buds, in their light bud. They are not of wood. They are not in Alpha Centaurus. They are not in Orion. They are not in Sirius. They are not in Arcturian. That is nonsense. That's just how to say that word? It's just wishy-wash. Wishy-wash. It's just a kind of Alice in Wonderland kind of fantasia. It doesn't exist. Our home planet is this one that has been kidnapped, has been hijacked, and our fight here, our duty is to try to take it back from invaders, ascending to heaven. Oh my God, or shift to a new earth. If you are still here and are still reading this blog, you may find yourself wondering if you have failed to ascend. No, I don't. I don't think so. In fact, ascend is for us to transmutate, and then after die we get to know that we are not this body, we are not this light body, this mind, etc., and this light body, and then to go back to source, to the multiverse. No, source is not a man with a beard, it's not a giant, it's not a Draco. Source is nothing that you can imagine, okay? It's just energy. And ascension means that to remove our consciousness from this grid. Maybe you are wondering when you finally see proof of something that has truly changed on the planet, as everything seems to have gotten worse, yeah? Did you have got the news? As I told you, many have uh, already give up the fight, but many still fighting for their rights. Many, many in the Occident, not in Asia, not in Africa, not in the Middle East, in Asia. Oh, in the Occident, okay, Occident, mainly Europe and North America. In fact, as I'm writing this, I have been down with the flu for 80 days straight, and I thought my blah 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 blah. Anybody, I have been with more problem than this, and I don't care. I just don't care. I just go through all this, and I just forget that I'm having all this. I'm definitely questioning why I may have to go through this. Why? Because it's your mentality. Who asked you to think otherwise, to think that you are now an angel, that you are above the miasmas, the problem, the biological and physiological problems of the body and the mind? No, you're wrong. The problem is not that we have to go through this, but because you all don't understand that you are still in the matrix, wanting you or not, and that you are still in this vessel. Our job in here is to try to transmute all this and to know that that which you does not mind, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all, okay? This storyline I've been witnessing out there has gotten more and more unbelievable, and many of the NPCs began glitching out. Many of you that I have had the privilege to talk to feel more alone than ever. Yeah, that's how I battle. Many of our battles here are done alone. Now imagine triple that and know that you are alone in a foreign country is even worse. I would say that if you are reading this right now, you have had one of the most difficult assignments of all of the volunteers. Not so, not for everybody. It's all on the mind because you're too pampered. You want this, you want that, you want the sky, you want the heaven. No, you need to put your feet down and not be an airhead or a waterhead kind of mentality. You must be down to earth. When you go through all these phases in life, you must. That's why it's so important to ground yourself and to think otherwise and try to get yourself in the 0 point mentality and not mind it. I know at first you get sad, get depressed, get bored, get angry even, but later you must just let it go. Once you let it go, you find that it all doesn't really matter. What all matters, it matter uh, the matter in all this was because we are giving too much mind to it. We was taking a lot of focus on it. Okay, and I don't think that they have a very difficult assignment. That's nonsense. I think you are some people in this work, they try to put themselves above the pedestal, and they I don't know, they think all about me and me. You must also think about people who have been lost in their homes for the flood. Some others have lost relatives to vaccines, to virus. If there's even one, I don't know, but the vaccine sure did kill two of my siblings recently. The last one 6 days ago, my sister passed away. She was 70-year-old. Anyway, but still young. She was younger than her age. But after taking 2 doses of AstraZeneca, she just had a brain embolism, uh, clot in the brain, and get paraplegic. She and my brother will be 58 this month, would be if he haven't died 2 months ago. That's so long already. It looks like he died on yesterday. And that's it. That's what is happening. Some is losing their loved ones. Some are losing their body, some are losing their home, some have nothing to eat, some are losing their pets, you know. And then you see we are going through a lot of turmoil, upheavals. And we're gonna see, we must put our feet on the ground and see where this storm and this tsunami is taking us to. The things to hang in there. If you want to stay in the game, you need to hang on there. But if you don't want to stay in here anymore, you don't have to. You have a right to exit. Okay? So, because you are still here, follow the volunteer chat, because you are still here, it may be about to get just a little bit weirder right now before it gets a whole lot better. Yeah, a whole lot better, I will say in 2030. That's my guess. I may be wrong. I hope I am. But I will say by 2030 things start to go inside the axis. But before that, things will get weirder, and then we'll have a major breakthrough, a breakpoint, a major one in 2050. 2050. By 2030, they will give us how to say, iris pass, something like this, a break. I will say a break from all this turmoil, upheaval, um, havocs, etc., sufferings. They will give us a break in 2030. In a recent video by Jason Estes, he said that at the moment only 1/3 of all humans actually sold has a spirit or player characters in the matrix we call Earth. Not only that, but he said that all of the 2/3 of NPC bodies will soon be filled by higher soul beings as walk-ins. I don't believe I'm so. No, 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 no. Now I got it. I didn't understand what she meant. What she meant here is what? That all those non-soul people went away or died as, as in the pandemics. That is a very vile thought in a way to say about the dead people that died by pandemics and virus. It's a very careless way to see things. I don't see things from this angle. I'm sorry. I don't accept that. They died because the earth had been depopulated by at least 85%. Okay, 85%. They, the dominators, the invaders, dominator, controllers, want at least 25% remaining. I don't buy this nonsense. This is just one more of Dulce who talk about the metaphysics and the new age and doesn't know anything about it. They are just as fanatic as the religions people they judge. That's nonsense. So she said that the aliens are better than the people who went away and let go their body. Is it? Is that what you want to say? Sorry, lady, but if you were if you were really genuine, you'll understand and know that aliens are not what you think they are, you know? They're not a very good guys as you think. And if you think that you're an alien, then you do not belong here. You belong to your planet you're supposed to go. I'm sorry to be blunt, but I have to be sometimes. I get very irritated with people like that. People who has no soul to talk nonsense about people who has gone away in these pandemics and this time now. How many people have lost their loved ones? It's not fun, you know. It's not fun at all. I have evidence of the walkouts, but we want to know exactly what will happen until the agency happens. time is tricky, but we have to give ourselves some kind of reference. And he has mentioned that August to November of this year as the main time frame for massive walk-in and settling of souls into the NPC bodies. Oh, but not for a good cause, huh? Not for a good cause. I think these people are all the emissary of the devils and the secretary of the devil, and I'm here to put them in their right place. Um, are finally receiving the answer to the questions that we have been seeking as to how the shift will occur from one reality to another and when. It has not made sense to me as to why I would be left on this planet with a bunch of not real idiots like yourself, because you are living in fantasy world in Alice in Wonderland. Imagine that you belong to another planet, that aliens are good, humans are bad, that you are waiting for a messiah, waiting for a mothership to come and collect you and rescue you and then take you to your homeland and the Alice place in Wonderland off world outside of Earth. And this will not happen, lady. It will not happen. And irresponsible and cold Carlos. Oh my God! Am I seeing? Is it me? Or I'm seeing people who are just talk about they themselves through other people. I have just correct a Brazilian man who talk nonsense about Jesus being a gray alien and not other, not the Enki and Anunnakis, and about saying that there's a God, and then the God is Jehovah, and he's Draco, who he follows, and that um, the Dracos are not to be blamed for all the things that happen here. We are, and that we are garbages, just like he is, because he is, and he thinks that everybody else is. If these people go they go to the well of the crab there, they see a well of crab, they dig themselves in there, they throw themselves inside the 12 is crab inside, and then they don't want to be alone, they drag other people out with them, they have to bring other people with them. You follow? So he also said that those records are innocent guys. They are good, and the Greys are the bad guys. But unknown to him, due to his own ignorance, because he thinks that he knows so much, he just started the walk. And I have been in this walk since the 90s, searching and searching and searching. He just started and he thinks that he knows so much. I know, and I have told him that he got time to think. He's 44-year-old and he still has time to think, you know. Bit by bit, he'll accumulate more. If he doesn't get worse, he will get better. And then 3, 5 years from now, he'll see himself uh, in a better, worse place, but he's still gonna be more um, understanding of so many things that right now he doesn't understand it, don't want to understand, doesn't want to understand. Because Grace, as Shatuli said, they work for the Draco's reptilians. Dracos are not, Jesus doesn't come as a gray. He could be Enki, yeah, Enki. And who is Enki? It's just that being that came here to the sea, beyond the black hole. They came and then they multiply themselves. How? I don't know. Maybe through, I don't know, cloning or whatever. He was a very smart being, and his favorite avatar is the Draco. So they are called the Saurians. His favorite avatar was the dinosaurs, okay? and bear DNA and serpent. And they took many DNA here from the earth, and he also contributed to their DNA to these new versions of humans. And there's a lot and a lot and a lot of hybrids here on earth. And it is one and all. Okay, that's why you can call them semi-god, archetype gods, etc. That's how we all start the pantheon of the god, pantheology. So it has not been made sense to me as to why I would be left on this planet with a bunch of like you, lady, like you, Carlos people, and I knew that I didn't somehow miss the boat. Apparently, I have been doing a lot of work that I do not remember while consciously here. Um, I see. Yeah, I know. I can see that you really don't even knew what we were doing, as you are not even know right now what we are saying. And my other bodies or higher dimensional versions of myself to help to clear out the planet of negative density and to help free souls that have been trapped here for a very long time. Oh my God, now she sees herself as a so grand Messiah and Goddess. That is how the New Asian metaphysics, uh, that's what it does to those people. They bring them on the pedestal, and those behind all this who are playing a part, those that they don't see, they don't know, but those people are working for some beings, entities, and they don't know, or if they know, they will not tell. And they have ships, yeah, they have ships, a lot of implants, and this entities kind of put you all into the pedestal. um, they do it as long as they needs you to work for them. And so they will put you into a pedestal, or either two things they'll ask from you: either put you into a pedestal, making you think that you are more than you are, or else they will require of you to actually humble yourself and not tell all the rotten thing about your life, about your family. You understand? Just to show that you are honest and you are genuine, and then you must kind of open up your book, open up your cupboard, and show all your skeleton. That's what they require of you. Until they use you, when they don't need any more you, they will discard you, just like that. I think it has happened on a massive scale, and as weird as it sounds, we have been left with a bunch of bodies we are calling non-prayers characters. Yeah, darling, but you must know also about it. You must look at yourself first. Yeah, I know. We have seen these non-players characters among guys in a family, in workplace, whatever. Or even sometimes we ourselves also tend to act strangely at times. You see, so it's all um, relative to something. It's all subjective. I have discussed before how important is to realize that at the end time someone who you realized was not real could possibly host a walk-in at any time, both to positive and negative souls, and that you should try to continue to treat all people as you would like to be treated yourself. Of course, many of us has been attacked in the recent past and have had to fend off some of these NPCs and phantom beings. I have. I am a I'm a victim of all this, but I can attack back too. I can attack back really hard. And once I do, they shut the mouth up. I have had a hard time trusting people because I've been lied to and manipulated so many times. Darling, nobody has to be lied to lie to you unless you allow them to and manipulate. That means you are not a little girl. Unless you are a little girl, then you may say again, you must tell it again. Yes, I have been manipulated. I am a teenager, I am a young woman, and I have been manipulated. But come on, you are already 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, 70 plus, and you say that you've been manipulated. Oh, please, you have been, because you allowed yourself to. You give the others a chance to manipulate you at this age, okay? Unless, as I said, you are a child. Is a child manipulated? They are all the time. Is a young person manipulated? Yes, they are, and they can be anytime. It's easy to control teenagers, easier to control young youth, easier to control children than we do adults. Okay, so when we reach a certain age, you cannot say, come here and say that you've been manipulated by others at this age, because this is the age of discernment. Once you reach your 30 plus, 35 above, you can now think for yourself without allow yourself to be manipulated. Okay, but again, it will depends on your subconscious level of maturity. It will depend on maturity, because sometimes you can reach even your 60s and you still have a mentality of a 12-year-old. So yeah, it's all um, subject to something else. Any human body who did not have a sovereign being occupy and claim it for themselves had the capability of being organic portal. Had the capability of being organic portal, soulless being. There were also hitchhikers, the ghosts that were taken up occupancy in the bodies, and there were, I don't believe in ghosts, I'm sorry. Die finish. I really don't believe in this kind of a thing. And there were holographic projected consciousness walking around that you couldn't tell weren't real people. Those are projections. Is a how to say, technological projections and devices. There are many ways to attack people. It's a frequencies. It's not exactly possession. Possession is another level. Okay, possession is already another thing. What you are having here, she's talking about, is psychic attack. It happens in a lot. However, possession is another thing. Possession is much more, I would say, much more painful and dangerous. However, recently I haven't noticed things aren't as bad at all as they used to be. I wouldn't say that, not for me, so you cannot say for everybody. You can just say for yourself. But for many people, getting worse and worse each year. We've been definitely moved out of the deep darkness here. I don't think so. Each and every one of us has probably still slept up and talked it down to what I term the idiots out of frustration, what a loss of patience. You know, they use it to pull out in front of you on the road on purpose in order to trigger you or to cause you harm. This happens. This entities who uses these people to harm you in some way. Yeah, it happens a lot. And as my mother said to tell me, The devil, when he doesn't come himself, he sends out emissaries and their secretary and their workers. Now they are just forgetting how to drive or blacking out behind the wheel. We have caught ourselves and we silently reprimand and remind ourselves when we think bad about them and we say forgive them for they know not what they do. Come on, woman, how come you blame somebody who blinking out? If people faint because they maybe have a lot of serious problem, physiological health, biological health, or any other problem, instead of helping them, why are you criticizing them for? Where's your empathy? And you still there to talk to say that people have no empathy when you don't. As I have shared with you before, I witnessed many of them are glitching out and barely hold on as the energy and matrix codes rapidly change to a whole new operating system. If you are like me, you really don't even want to get out in the world anymore, and it isn't as pleasurable as it used to be. I'm not afraid. So the problem is you, because you don't know how to put your heart there and be kind and be sympathetic. If you think that a person who glitch out and blink out and or black out in a wheel, then you have a serious problem. You yourself are not a human anymore. Sometimes it can even be dangerous to drive on the same road with them. So don't drive. So make sure that you are always 20 kilometers per hour or 10 kilometer. Take a bike then. Other times recently I've been noticing that things can actually be in your favor if you play your cards right. You've been very selfish and pampered, please. You want to do this work, but you don't have that capacity, that empathy and understand and rationalism, then that's not the work for you. Get out. I would ask that you use your imagination with me here for a few minutes, because if this information is true, we need to prepare for what may be coming. We would only be getting this level of information if you had already taken care of any beings who were trying to stop this from happening. You wouldn't give your final hand away in poker unless it was time to show your cards and collect your winnings. I've shown my cards a long time ago and I'm just waiting for my winnings. The thought, is it time to stop now? The thought of massive higher vibrational soul walk-ins raises some questions in my mind. Who would these higher walk-in souls be? Aliens, who else? Your grandfather? Sure is the aliens. Will they have their memories intact? And if so, what wisdom will they bring? No, new woman, no. They are so as dumb as maybe some people who think themselves smart are. They are very dumb, and I'm gonna tell you more. They are not complete, they cannot rationalize, and they have been in this game for eons since the earth started to they start to have a new timeline on earth about 300,000 years ago. They have been in this game in and out, in and out. Do you understand? As they please. And whenever there's reform on the earth, they come in. It's called hitchhike, yeah. They take a hike to have fun and then just jump on the bandwagon and have fun at the expenses of others. They think, and maybe they do, given the model of how they created the things, that they has the all right reserved to come here and have a hitchhike. And for one thing, I don't care what kind of wisdom they have, they don't have empathy. They does not have empathy, just like you and many others in here. How would it feel for pretty much everyone in your life to be real, kind, loving, compassionate, intelligent people? Well, it will feel to be utopia. To be it has to be a real paradigm, a real, uh, how to say, unrealistic um, paradigm, nirvana, or Eden, given the model of the world with which we have here on earth. Especially so during the reforms as it is now. Could this be how the shift occurs for you? All in a matter of a few months, most of the people around you are more real. Real, real. They've changed it, yeah, but are they real? I'm not sure. They are being real because this is just the kind of rationalism and think that they want to have in the moment. Are they real? Yeah, they real because they think that's what serves them at the moment. But what means real for you? What real? What does it mean for you? Kind, rational, logical, what? Intelligent, what? Real is intelligent, wise. This one is just like you try to find a needle inside a haystack, or a needle inside a very fluffy um, white sandy beach. Did you know it was going to look like this? I was not even caring. I didn't saw it coming, although I was feeling, but I was not taking, how to say, taking heed. I was not paying attention. So that's why it serves us to look for signs in our lives, in life by itself, and to always be aware of everything and everybody. The shift to a new earth has been confused and has been described in many ways, and it may have played out different for many people. For example, think about the souls that have recently walked out or died in the pandemics. I didn't see that one coming until it had already happened, and I looked around. Mm, the vision came to me, but I didn't pay attention. The feeling was there since November 2018. I didn't pay attention. A black bird come to me. I didn't pay attention. That was November 2018. That was when this pandemic was start to come. But it was not yet in full blast, in a full gear jet. In February 2019, I had the vision. They brought me and showed me the thermos, something like that. Um, that that thing there, that glue, like a jelly, hitting me, burning my spine and my lungs. See, so the signs were all there, but I didn't stop to think because like me, I'm always optimistic. But it is I've learned to be pessimist sometimes because it pays. When you are too optimist, you become like a fool, you know, tower fool, tower, the Tower of Babel, the fool. And then it is more easy for you to be caught off guard. But when you are aware, you are a bit pessimistic, and it pays, you become aware. So when fatalities and tragedy strikes you, it will be less devastating. much less devastating. I didn't see that one coming until it had already happened. And look at that. The idea of a new Earth had even been hijacked by the dark beings who had hoped to twist the new Earth theory into fossilized 5D Earth essence. All bluff. And I have been telling this on my video. All bluff. I knew it since 2014, where they would use technology to artificially raise the frequency higher and pull people faster than the speed of light. Didn't I told about all this um, solar flare, solar storm? I have been telling my videos. Solar storm frequency, the rise of the Schumann frequency, all this has a meaning for those who are aware. Raise the frequency higher and pull people faster than the speed of light through a portal. They would then tell people, congratulations, you have ascended to 5D. That's bull crap. I never really believe in that. When in fact they were just in a 4th-dimensional pocket realm and still under the control of the dark being. They are not in the 4th even, lady. They are on the 3rd yet. It's a 3D matrix, one you will not. But if you want to think that it is a 50 or 70 or ninth, then it's up to you all. But you are still in the 3D matrix. Still in the 3D matrix. But there's a kind of a, how I say, is a kind of a mismatched paradigm whereby we kind of how to say it, we kind of shift from fourth back to third, fourth back to third. Do you understand? It's a parallel timeline, but you are still, technically you are still in 30D. However, the frequency has been raised by 1 degree, from 0 to 1. You and I are still here. That didn't happen to us. Of course not. Now you know. At least you will learn. Some people never learn. In a matter of perspective, are we about to witness higher dimensional beings walking in here? Or are we simply shifting our consciousness perspective and walking to a new future, new version of us where they already exist? I think also what happened to these people who you call walk-ins, are nothing but the same fractals of those people embody them, you know. They are bringing in their fractals, because when we go through turmoils, to traumas, a lot and lot and lot of traumas, you get off trails, you got off tracked, and what will happen is that you're gonna shift our consciousness, and with that we're gonna become bipolar. Okay, so I'm not sure, but it sure sounds better than being hijacked the false 5D earth. And I'm tired of existing with all of these idiots robots. Yeah, me too. I really can't. I come to I come to point whereby I don't even like, I'm not the same as before. I don't like even to go out to nature anymore. I feel so depressed with all this that been has been unfolded in the last 3 years. If every human body on the planet was filled with awakened soul of either one of the 3 waves of volunteers or one of the higher dimensional beings of a benevolent nature, what I'm calling the 4th wave of volunteers, the world would rapidly be, well, look at me, lady, that's your thinking. That's what you wish, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that it will happen. Wanting and having are two different things. need and want to. Okay, so just because you want doesn't mean that you're gonna have it. It only applies for false ideas of a layer of attraction. It doesn't not always happen. It may happen for a while, and after that it will melt away, and the the original reality will come back again. What's the original reality? Is this what we are living? A hell, nightmare. Understand? So you wanting a thing is not the same that is happening. You want is just that your imagination, your fantasy. Imagine the homeless person on the street suddenly having a consciousness from Andromeda. Oh my goodness, this woman might be a Scorpio or Aquarius because sincerely, I really can't take all this nonsense. You could probably tell by the look in their eyes that they are real and may need a hand getting back on their feet. Okay, if they are from Andromeda, so you help them, you gonna help a homeless person only because you think they are from Andromeda only because they say that they are an alien? Lady, you need help. Go see a shrink, please. Really, that's weird. Help somebody because think that oh, is an alien or real. What is real? What is real? Even though other side is not real, when you die is not real. What's real? What's real? There's nothing real. It's just all illusion. Death and live in the physical are all illusions. Some idiots think that die is the real thing. Oh, now you're gonna have the real thing. No, you won't. You won't. Because all you're gonna have is your consciousness with your theory, with your theories not gonna be put into practice until you incarnate, you embody a body. Do you follow? So nothing is really real, not here, not there. Imagine the head CEO of one of the largest banks suddenly having a benevolent Syrian walking. Oh my gosh. What would their first task be on the job the next day? Would it be to make everybody go wash toilet? What if the stewardship of the whole world was taken over in a month or two by benevolent, higher consciousness, higher frequency, compassionate, loving, real beings? Lady, you are not being real. You are being a fool. Would they be so different from us? Could they already been human beings from other planets? How to take someone like this serious? Really? Having a lot to share about the way life was planned to be lived in the original human body template? What would they help us with? And what could we help them with? Have to be more stupid in a travel and in a crowd of sweet candy about to be melted, and then you drop to earth, to your reality. And once you drop to reality, you're still gonna imagine that you're on the crowd in La La Land chat, eating your sweet candies of fantasias and nonsenses that doesn't make any sense and doesn't give rise to reality. It's nothing to do with reality. Doesn't give respect to